August 2023, launched the Organ Donation Legislation
in 2007. I was Ghana Police Service.
The sad reality is that today, our democracy as a country is threatened.
Words of affirmation or love language comes to edge us on.
When this bill is passed, more lives will be saved, and the financial benefit.
We are back again with another episode of Everyday People on GhanaWeb TV. Today, my guest is a Ghanaian female barber, very young as well. And I want to find out from her why, as a young lady, she decided to take up a job like that. And along the way, the interesting part is that I am allowing her to give me a very nice cut. And I'm sure at the end of the conversation, you get to know how good she is at her job. Join me as we speak with her. My name is Victoria Cheibafo. Okay, hi Jane.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so let me know your full name.
I'm Janet Ofori.
Janet Ofori.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're actually a Ghanaian.
Yes,
I know I already said you're a Ghanaian, but your accent sounds like somebody who is not from Ghana.
Okay.
So which part of Ghana do you hail from?
East region.
Captain. Okay, so I would want to know a bit about you. Share with me your life, how you even got here in the first place.
I started this barbering work at a very young age.
At what age?
At the age of 12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started with my school colleagues at primary and then to GHS, SHS, and then now I made it a job that I wish to do, and it's like a passion for me. I enjoy doing it every day.
Really?
Yeah.
So, should I say you were born with it or?
Yes, I didn't learn from anybody.
Anybody?
Yeah.
So what motivated you to start barbering at that tender age?
At that time, I do it, like, I love to do it, but after SHS, I realized I should make it a profession.
No, so how did you even know that you can do barbering?
It's like magic. I just got this small lady, a small girl, and then I spoiled her head. So from there, if I look at someone doing it, then I'll be correcting my mistakes from there. So that's how I get in.
Wow, interesting. I said from JHS, SHS.
And from primary, GHS, SHS, and now.
So tell me about education. What's your educational background or level?
SHS.
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 Oh, okay.
2018 batch.
2018 batch. From which school?
And present Adesso.
Adesso.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So why didn't you further after SHS?
Due to financial problems.
Financial. From parents or?
Yeah, from parents.
Why? What was it? How bad was it?
It wasn't that good, and it was broken home. So my mom and my dad are no longer together.
Okay.
So it made it a bit difficult for both of them to be informed.
But why do I also feel like? Because initially you said you started barbering from like as a child, right?
Yes, please.
So I feel like you had an interest in the barbering more than education.
No, at that time I was more into the education, but because I couldn't further up, I decided to find company, factory works. But anytime I'll go, I'll be bounced. So I realized it's not
finding work in the companies.
Yeah, it's very hard for me.
They bounce you.
Yeah.
Like how?
I'll go with you, they'll pick you, they don't pick me.
Really?
Yeah.
And for how long did you do that?
For like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So I had a dream that someone asked me, why is it that you have this handiwork and you're still looking for a job somewhere?
In a dream?
Yeah. Am I okay where I am? Am I doing well where I am? So I talked to a pastor of mine, and he said, if I'm really interested in the barbering, I should do it. So I decided to learn how to use the machine with a friend. And that time too, I quit. I didn't do it because I still see like maybe a company work will help. I continued, and then I realized still it's not mine, so I have to move to my field, which is the barbering.
The barbering.
Yeah. So I started it with a barber at Dobro, in Sound Dobro.
Where, in Sawin?
Yeah, Dobro.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I started doing the barbering work at the barber shop. Yeah.
So for how long have you been doing this particular work?
It's been 3 years, 4 years now I've started with the barber shop.
Officially?
Yeah, officially as a work.
And along the line, have you taken any decision to go back to school or something?
For now, I'm not ready to go back to school again.
Why?
I want to put more passion in the barbering job and then make it a profession. And I want to get a professional part of it. I want to be a very professional barber. As I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your parents, are they so much interested in what you are doing?
They're really interested in me.
Why do you think they are interested?
They never stopped me from doing it since childhood. And as I grew up and then I told them this is what I want to do, they were like, you started it at a young age, so if only you can do it, continue. So they've been supportive since childhood.
And you said you've been doing this for the past 4 years?
Yeah, at the barber shop.
Okay. I know you're a very young girl, lady.
Yeah.
So is there anything you've been able to make out of this whole barbering thing? That you can say, because I started this, I've been able to do this and that?
Yeah, because I started, I've been able to help the family financially and myself too. Yeah, I've been able to do some things for myself. My rent, my the daily activities with financials. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And through barbering too, I've been able to meet some dignitaries.
Oh really?
Yes.
Like who and who?
I've been able to meet Sarkozy and Akwaboa, which is through Shikanik Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, she invited me to Sarkozy's program, so we met DJ Mensa and Akwaboa.
Oh, talk about Shikanik. How did you meet her? How did you get in touch with her?
I met Shikanik when we were Barbers. We have a Barbers Association in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah. And we plan of going to Mepe to give them a free haircut for their incident. So that's where I met her at the TV3 premises. So she interviewed me at the 3 TV. Yeah, that's when we met.
Shikanik interviewed you over there?
She sent me to the teams and then they interviewed. We were like 4 girls and then she interviewed us.
All barbers?
Yes.
Female barbers?
Yes.
Oh, I see. And I see you have a very nice place. How did you get to this place too?
This place is through a friend that connected me here.
A friend?
Yes.
Okay. So, and how many siblings do you also have?
How many?
Like family, like siblings?
Oh, we are 4.
4.
Yeah.
And then, you know you're a lady, right?
Yes, please.
And most of the time, these kind of jobs, people think that they are meant for men. Yes. So how do you feel? Are there instances where people come in, they feel like, oh, this one is a lady, so I don't want to trim my hair. They don't even know that you can do something better for them.
Yes.
Share that experience.
Yeah, I had that. I had that experience at La Paz. I used to work at La Paz. That's when I started working in Accra. Yeah. Someone would come and they would be like, yeah, a lady, how can you barb my hair? I won't allow you to do it. And I don't get angry because I know you don't know what I can do. Yeah. So I don't get angry. The next time when they come in, they will see me barbering and they'll be like, wow, we never knew you could do it. So that's why we were like, you can't do it, so sorry. Next time I'll let you do it for me. So from there, they'll be my customers and then I'll be barbering them. But ever since I came here, I haven't really experienced it.
that. Oh, so initially your shop or office was at La Paz?
La Paz, yes, please.
Okay. And then I look at your outfits and I see like the male, outfit lifestyle. Why? Is it because you're a barber? That's why you decided to?
Nope. The outfits, I didn't learn it. That one too, sometimes people will ask my mom, why is your daughter always in men's outfits? And she'll be like, if I wear her women's one, she'll cry and then she'll remove it.
When did you say that again?
When she wears me like skirts or straight dress, I'll cry. So she have to change it and give me my dad's dress.
Really?
Yes.
Like since when you were a child?
Yes. And at that time too, I was playing football too at school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from primary, I've been playing SHS, but I had some issue with my left knee. That's why I quit playing football.
Your left leg?
Yeah.
Obi child boot home.
No, my cousin cut me with a cutlass on my knee.
Why? Were you guys playing?
Yes, it wasn't intentional.
Oh.
Yeah. So anytime I'll be in the food, I have to get that pains and those things, so I have to quit. I used to train with the police academy, the police football team at CATS.
How long have you been in this shop?
This shop,
Yes,
it's a year now.
A year.
Yeah.
And how is the sales going?
It's manageable. Yeah.
So in a day, is there a specific amount you are able to gain or money you get?
No, it's not fixed. It's the people that will come. That's what you do. Yeah. Mostly it's on weekends. Our work is on weekends. Yeah.
So you do for male and female
Yes.
as well as children.
Yes, please.
So how much the prices? Do they
prices?
vary?
Yes.
So if I'm a lady and I come, my price is different from the man.
It depends. When your head is this like this, it's natural already, so it's the same price with the male.
With the male.
Yeah. But if it's perming, it's different price.
It's different. So what are the prices?
It's 25 cedis per cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is for the natural.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the permed one.
The permed one is 50 cedis.
So if anybody should see, you are doing well with what you are doing, but if somebody wants to extend a helping hand to help you go back to school, would you want to do that?
Yeah, maybe I will.
And if that opportunity comes, which course would you want to study?
For now, I have to think about that one.
Really?
Because now I don't really have mind on education now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are happy with what you are doing?
Yes, yes. Really, very happy.
Okay. So all that I can also say is I think you are doing well. And I think the day I met you at the Bus Stop Boys program, you said you were barbering for them for free.
Yeah, they came here on, I think, last month. Yeah, they came here.
What did you see in them that you decided to take up that?
Because they are contributing to the sanitation of the country, so I decided to also give an open hand by giving them a free haircut.
I see.
And the whole idea was got by Shikanik.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see yourself as a celebrity barber?
Yes, sure.
And also, in the next years to come, I think I should add, where do you see yourself? Are you getting married? What are you doing to yourself?
Next year, I want to be in my own shop with my workers. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So this place is a rented one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. You didn't talk about the marriage, or?
No, the marriage,
it's not
now.
It's not on your eye top?
No.
Why?
Because I want to build my foundation before I get into a relationship or a marriage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you don't believe that when you get into the relationship, it can help you build the foundation you are talking about?
I wanted to do it my own. Yeah. Because I started with alone, so I want to do it alone.
Before.
Yeah.
So how often do you see your parents?
Let's say it's been a year now, but my mom came to visit me, so just recently.
Okay. Okay, so about the shop, you said you rented it, right?
Yes.
You rented the shop.
And I'm working for someone.
You're working for someone. So do you pay like monthly or?
Yeah, it's on commission basis. Yeah.
Commission basis?
Yeah.
So how do they pay you monthly?
Yes.
And is
but
there?
it depends on the work you do at the month, the end of the month.
It depends on the work you do.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
In the barbering industry, you have this commission basis, which is 3 in 1. You, the barber, you have 1, and then the shop have 1, and the owner also have 1. Yeah, so.
Okay. So is there a certain money that you're supposed to bring in the end of the month? Then out of that, they'll take your salary or whatever for you.
No, because it's commission basis. You don't have any fixed price for it. Yeah, sometimes it depends on the work.
Okay.
Yeah, some months it will be slow, some months too. Yeah, it's very busy.
So it means that if, like you said, it depends on how much you make that day, right?
Yeah.
So on days where work is slow, it means the money would have to be reduced.
Yeah, it will be reduced by them, but because there's not, the client was not many and we didn't get enough money. That's how.
So in a day, how many people do you get, like in the shop?
Yeah, in a day, if it's weekdays, it's slow, so maybe 5, 6.
Okay.
But weekends, it's like 20, 15, 10. Yeah.
So aside being in the shop also, do you have like home services where people call you to
Yes,
come in?
Yes, yes.
So those ones too, after taking the money, you still add it to?
No, that one.
Those ones are your personal. Okay. And do you have like workers or you are just alone here?
No, we were 2, but for now, the other person is not around. So
Like is he gone or he's gone? The person is gone somewhere or?
he's gone somewhere, travel, so he'll come back.
He'll come back. Huh? So I think you were saying that you want to get your own shop or something. And what have you done about it like so far?
For now, I'm planning on it. I haven't started anything yet.
And then how many years have you given to yourself for that?
Now it depends on where I'm working now. If the shop grows and I get more clients, I'll be able to get money then, and then it will depend on the money. So now that's how I'm planning to.
My final question is, I want to ask you about what motivates you to keep on doing this as a young girl, because you hardly find people with this enthusiasm to be doing these kind of work. So what motivates you?
I do motivate myself, and then people around me, someone like Shikane, she always motivates me in everything I do. She appreciates every work I do. Yeah. So that motivates me a lot, and my parents also motivate me.
Your parents? So do they visit you often, or they call you, or what?
They do call me often, but they visit us once in a year or sometimes.
So what is this called?
I'm just waving the hair.
Waving?
Yeah, to make it squirrels.
Hi, you're waving our heads. Beautiful. Okay, I told you initially or in the beginning that by the time we'll finish with this conversation and my hair, you will love the work of Janet, and I think you can see it for yourself. This is how we round up or end today's conversation or episode of Everyday People on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Victoria Cheba. You can log on to www.ghanawebbtv.com GhanaWeb.com or GhanaWeb TV for more of these videos and be inspired. She's very young and you can see that nothing is stopping her. So if you're out there and you are waiting for someone to come and hold your hands, then I think you are really doing yourself a harm. So until then, we'll see you again. Bye.
GhanaWeb in August 2023 launched the organ donation legislation 2007. I was Ghana Police Service.
The sad reality is that today our democracy as a country is threatened.
Words of affirmation or love language comes to edge us on.
When this bill is passed, more lives will be saved, and the financial
Mama Makwaba, Eba Semsebeka siye boso wa GhanaWeb TV. Anopei and someone mensaka and a mabwa no ebe bone tofa ede asomo. Na nsam no die di kan enese Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe a wasi jinaye se obeba mampani abedi echire nyame ya adomo a wode atodwa se wa wo ye nkremoni bia wonya de a wobeto aba ede ama NDC amanyoku. Na ne nsam a wo ka no wa kirekire mu se NDC achire empempi oma ban a abai free so nyina oma chire se enya de ankremofo wo mo pe wo masem no wo chire a NDC aban a aba so nyina no obi ani wa waba etimi aba besi mosque e de ama eye nkremofo afen so eba ne zongo hu nsiesie development a wo mo nya de wo ho na wo se Ghana ha memo no se obi ade nani to fam na so mo be hwa aka no kra Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia pe a wotu frankase yento ne so abambe mampanyin wono pe na sebe eba ne nkremofo a wo pe wo masem ye pa na wo kira wo baaye Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia wono nko ade ne ho asi ho asiesie eye mox maako eduo no baako a wo man mu ha e de aman nkremofo na wasi we wo mpe we na wo peden enti wo de abetu dwa se wo ye nkremoni na se wo ji eye Muhammad di ye pa ne Allah di ye pa dia enya de abeto abanama NDC nyame adoma December meto akase bone so Kennedy Japan edensem abetudwa na wakasa fa eye nsensem ama ne homene so wo parliament mekyerɛ mrahye bedwafie na wo kyerɛ asisi a omu nim ne wo yedom kuma ne de omu nim ne yedom kese asisi aso speaker Alban Bagben asuspend eye mrahye bedwafie indefinitely no wo se anhwe yi a edensem bebre hu sunsanso bebre ebeba Ghana fo so osini titiriw eye aketua bosomi aketua yetuama abaye dwumayefo wo kira esese eye mrahye bedwafo ni timitena se na wo mode wo nkrata eye wo signature hyehye nkrata se pass se de be ya ye betimi aye budget ama abaye dwumayefo nso wo nsaka wo bosomi aketua na sisi eye mrahye bedwafo ntimi ntena se a menteme ho ase ama ne homene so a we so sese ya ase sisi a no obi ampese obetena se aka asem no se de sese wo mo kano no anhwe ya aban dwumayefo wo mo ho be kire wo mo ye papa wo hwe nso a afin so beso bronya na ebe obi abepese wo benya ne sika na odi akoye show ama ne busuafo na wa wo hwe se afiaso na waketua entimi maaye wo be da akoye show e de age wudi enti eno na Kennedy Japan e ka se wo mo anhwe antena se ma hyebedwafo antena se anka asem na ebe ha Ghana fo ye papa meto akase bone so Martin Namidu ono nso de nsem bi abetudwa na ono no ye kane special prosecutor no wo kira eye boko ho nsem a ama ne homne so anipa bebre ya fa so ahwere wo mo nkwa no ono wo susu se ye amanyofo no wo mo nye wo mo adwen se wo mpese wo mo ye na eye entokwa ama ne homne so no etutwa na Martin Namidu ne nsem a woka no ehu ye pa na so bo kese no de abo government aban na wo se nenka Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia wu tu franka se Ghana fonhwe nto so aba no a wasan koye nkremoni aboko sebe eda wakoma so de nanka nsemi ma ne homene so nanka wa no akotwe microphone no akasa oh de ekoso no munyai ebia sei meyese nanso wonka bibia mfa ho hyese waye din na nsem ne nso ya na ye kese wose hyese matina medu na me kase wose wokyere a wodwene ho a wonkyase denti a Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ontimi nkasa mfa eye boko ho nsemsem afen so wokyere a ministerial reshuffle anansen ekoso ewo eye upper west region ne upper east region ho no wose ni nyina wosusu se ni nyina aka ho bi na ama boko nsemsemi aba no wokyere a de entina emireti awa ye ba beto aba mo sesa eye ministers eno no wose wonti ase ensem ni waye pa wo ba GhanaWeb.com a ya aka na okan ye no wo benye bi e de akan meto akase bone so Ghana fo bebre akasa afa eye smart prepaid meters a ECG fo esesa e de ama Ghana fo na wo mo kire a eye meter na ECG fo de aba de kamya ye se e ba benom wom atwe wom hu nso nyina afri wom ho no wo mo kire a kane enka wo yusu prepaid asika ketua bi na obehia e de akoto wo prepaid na ebi wo no 100 cedis prepaid no etimi di eye abosome miensa e de ma nanso sisi ade kamya ye se meters a ECG fo de aba no ebe ye wo mubukata sebe na obi na de abeto dwa kire se eye abosome ba akopɛ no wa top prepaid credit nkwa be 100,007 Ghana cedis mami nsi so biem 1,700 Ghana cedis shesa wo de quantity dada sika ni mu a 17 million wase die nko no yusu ni fie ho nye te se wo run factory enti die enti na meter ba kwa o mesesa ma no ene wo na ekina esese wo to prepaid ekina esese wo to bi shese wase wodwene ho a adane ne tipaye na wo ka no na Ghana fo binum so asebe wo mo so afa saati be mu no mo si se nya won kwa ye nso so de every eni o meter no enum ye yie pa wo ba GhanaWeb.com a infonyini ni nyina da ho videos ni nso da ho wo benye bi ahwe ama won so wehu se meter no won so agi usika anase wo so sebe ebia wo de ne de enye saa netie na ensem a medi twato kra eye Kofi Apalu ne wotu franka e de ama LPG metre eye Liberal Party of Ghana o akasa na wose wotete se eye Captain Smart nsemtwoni akotena baby se eye wono Akpalu no ekọ ne hokọbọ ne besia senka wa ma ne sika bi na nkrofo bi twe ne dendenden da ne kana nkomfa nkotuatua na Akpalu kire se wono ne he ehifa no wokotena ya wokọkọbọ eye Captain Smart ne bosia wose nya no kreda na sansem na ekoso no Ghana fo ma mo mfa nya asem na enya no kre eyesabi ntwato so bi na wo bi pese wo hyehye baabi ede eto ne so na wo kira wono ne sika wo nyina de enti no bekwa akọba eye Captain Smart hobosia no wo kira se wo bekwa akọba obi hobosia kra na enye Captain Smart na no wo de abeto dwa wo se enye no kre no no onim se Captain Smart sebe wonye obi a wo ka no kre na wo hye ne nsem twadwuma se de bia amanfo de beto dwa se no wabo mo apo waje o musika ni ade nto de nipa bi se de won pese won ne benya nkita hudie kra na nya no kra se wo de abeto dwa se hye se yese wakobo ne hobosia nti Ghana fo sanse mo nyina ma mo mfa nya asem aha nam de kasebo no anope de e de esie mi am de beso mo ana me de bedan mo mi din eye akosua owuso a agiman de aka ne nyina no GhanaWeb.com e won nsema hodo bebra wo ba wo benya bi akan.
GhanaWeb in August 2023 launched the Organ Donation Legislation 2007. Ghana Police Service.
The sad reality is that today our democracy as a country is threatened.
Words of affirmation or love language comes to edges.
When this bill is passed, more lives will be saved, and the financial
It's 40 days to the elections, and Ghanaians are eagerly awaiting for December 7th. As the build up to the general elections, many will be wondering what will influence the decision of voters to cast their ballot for the candidates. We are inside here at Medina Market to engage with Ghanaians to find out what will influence their voting decision. Come along with us. This is GhanaWeb TV.
So abani say me maye because Bible cry me ati say kura ohini ni mu no kro ni butu ana oman akwankyere ni mu no so no eye oman hunu entini so wo oman mu na esi ohina ana esi president ya se na be ye benya mpuntuo ama ya man no na ye daache ye ma enchiri ma so be ba benya fa ahodie ama ye enti no me de madwen kire ne se de enti ameto abai se ne oman no ebe ye nkoso on say first na bibi ti say tankase ya sama oba na oni wokra na ya sama oba wo be kwa kotua enne no eni ho sa enti yesra ye mpanifo se omo ba de enti aye to aba no omo be ye adwuma ne ye maye eno ma na ye ye free mu ni nyina PWD fo na no mo dokwa ho nyina omo mra omo be ye adwuma no na enye tete amamra ne yesesa nkofa ho ye nti se obi ni ma obi kire omumra na aba na yo mbeto ne to mo so enyina ye maye na aba na yeto ya da je yeseye no eno so abanfaso amaye ama oman ni nyina medamase.
So our mother here says she is looking to vote based on development. She is calling for the next government to bring back and reinforce the town council initiatives and then the people that were made to weed and all that to clear the uncleanliness in the country. So she is looking to vote for somebody who will ensure development of the country.
Ever since our government way back so na measure so to abai wasi change yes same na chese say ne take am no ne etiminya because niam aye to be say times abro so ama chese dwedie ni kura na enya da bio te no kura ni me pese wasi yes say bibie mu na say.
So her message is simple. She is advocating for change, and with the change she's advocating for, she wants a candidate who can come and turn things around, make the economy back on its feet, and also the one that can make the standard of living very comfortable for everyone. So that is what she's advocating for.
Na abansu metu a mehwe de oba be siesie omani yie na matu amano onu ti na metu aban because ese no ye bre me ton fruit fet pawpaw crate ufa crate baako a na endu 90 series ese fa no 2.5 enti ese metu aban de metu mintu bi da ba afi we de metu pa ti enu ani se metu ama obi a oba be hwe omani si yie amai metu na metu aban.
So to summarize everything she has said, she says she's going to cast her ballot, and the decision that will influence her is a candidate who will be able to turn around the fortunes of the economy. She complained about the hardship in the country currently, and so she says based on her current standard of living and living conditions, that will be the major thing that will influence her to cast her ballot coming December.
Me so ametunu say yes nana baye with the free education baye but so se wa be say sukunu kura nkoda no omuko yi omuba no mu abe fa be masem sansa no be sa kona nkoda no mu buhwi munye hwe na me so me hu say kamituma jo mahama eda na wasese agunwura mu nyina na nka obaya wa be ye nyina wie na free education no ko hwa na ya hu say man ombetumi akwa nsa na omu ama akwa te say no ma akwa ma no ano enemi pese nka mituma jo mahama oba no abesese ndan na wo nwura mu nyina na manage free education na ye fine nso nemi pe akira nti metu amajo mahama.
So our mother here says she is looking to cast her vote considering the free SHS education, though she she commended the initiative, the entire policy. She believes the abandoned school building project, which have been abandoned, needs to be completed to be able to accommodate all the school-going kids. So she will vote based on a candidate who will be able to complete all the abandoned projects and also properly develop the free education initiative better.
Yentimi can say way back, obey sema, way back, obey sema. This is yami because they say we ask me a heading, and ye Ghana kwa, uko be bia we ask na heading. And today here, Nipanu beba ye to abamanu. Yes, asunje, ana adiene wede ebedi, ene ye here. Yes, say your mama nearby ye, obviously na nane ye. And to me, I just me say, oh, your mama a good. Nana, because your mom te embrace her. Your mom tem de embrace her by nana by the yabre and the corridor about pay. First, no, eba market, you bring your cons kakra, but I say, when your cons no bread. Only never to my car. Yes.
So, according to him, he will look at his current standard of living to cast his vote. He complained about the low sales, how things have skyrocketed, prices of goods have increased and all that. So he is looking to cast his ballot for one that can promise and also make things easygoing and affordable for everybody, or for them in particular, the market men and women, to be able to make profits and huge sales at the end of the day.
Oh, about 20 dear. Me consider a near bear me no anami and sembi. Me oh, me to a batch kakra. Me to a bar, kufoni Gigi, pencil me to a bar. And me to a bar, present time of pencil me to a bar. And another so ne Mahama so me to aba na me first aba me to ye no benefit me nya ye no me gusu enjoy say benefit na bepem ne me first aba me to ye na me yerenyam kofo ewini ye and odi free maternal e buy me ba ene owo ss e ko wo ni free mentua hwe Mikoyi me no me na omo say abeji san oso free yenu aduan kra ma yen ya ma ye pampers ne ade nyina aka ho na me de nya me yas. In fact akola na nyi enne o san enjoy free SHS me ba pani ono so awie free SHS o wie university se me no kasa yi o the free o me dey free SHS e she o mase enu nti me hwe benefits we no mo and Ghana ha anase nkra ha matra che enema bebre na akoso ehwe nkania na ye problem ayen ubeko fie na yasem me frigi say me dem ne me nyina say because of presso nti me hwe no me compare ene no eswati fa kra nti me mom de eno ene be inform ama metimi ati gina say aha no metuma bako yeah because me dey compare benefits amenya say me eno be inform me baby say metuma bako.
Our daddy here says one thing or two things that will influence his voting decision is the free SHS policy and also the fact that Ghanaians have been enjoying constant power supply as compared to the previous government. So many of them here inside Medina Market have explained to us what will influence their voting decisions, from development to peace and stability to free SHS to constant power supply. Many of them are eagerly awaiting for the upcoming December 7th elections to cast their vote. This has been GhanaWeb TV, and my name is Mandy Ajiman.
GhanaWeb in August 2023 launched the Organ Donation Legislation 2007. I was Ghana Police Service.
The sad reality is that today our democracy as a country is threatened.
Words of affirmation or love language comes to edge us on.
When this bill is passed, more lives will be saved, and the financial benefit.
Neonatal jaundice is the commonest cause of pediatric admissions or neonatal admissions. Jaundice is not exclusively found in babies, neonates. Jaundice is found in all ages.
Neonatal jaundice is a very common disease among newborn babies. It is characterized by yellowing of the skin and then the eyes. Today on the Health Focus Show, we'll be talking about neonatal jaundice. We'll be knowing exactly what it is. I'm Elliot Aitenuete. I'll be your host for today's show, and to help me with discussion, I have with me Dr. Edward Akosa Danso. He's a medical practitioner with the Ghana Police Hospital. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Before we talk about what neonatal jaundice is, let's look at what jaundice is in general.
Okay. Jaundice is a medical term. That's a very simple definition. Yellowing of the eyes and the skin, especially in newborns. So basically that's what jaundice is. Yellowing of the eyes and the skin. And when we talk about, let me add on to that. The neonatal period from birth to 1 month. So when you combine both words, yellowing of the eyes and skin in a baby who is between 0 and 1 month old.
We'll come back to neonatal jaundice, but is it only a disease that happens to children? Because it happens to be that neonatal jaundice is popular when we are talking about jaundice.
Okay. So jaundice is not exclusively found in babies, neonates. Jaundice is found in all ages, in all age groups, in men, in women, in babies, in adults, in children, in the geriatric population. And in adults, usually, jaundice is a sign that points to something deeper.
Okay.
So in adults, jaundice is reflecting another disease.
Okay.
So, in adults, we say neonatal jaundice. Well, in adults, we always say jaundice is secondary to something. So, jaundice secondary to liver failure or a liver disease. Jaundice secondary to, let's say, sickle cell hemolytic crisis. Jaundice secondary to maybe an obstructive pathology in the liver. So, jaundice, in essence, is a sign of another disease.
Great. That's very insightful. Now, what's so peculiar about the neonatal jaundice?
Okay. Neonatal jaundice is the commonest cause of pediatric admissions or neonatal admissions.
Okay.
So, is the condition that takes babies, that's babies between birth and 1 month, to the hospital. 6 out of 10 babies who are born at 10, that's 37 weeks and more, will have jaundice. And 8 out of 10 babies who are born prematurely will have jaundice. And what makes it more important is that it can cause, someone will ask, why are we talking about jaundice? Why are we talking about jaundice? It can cause brain damage. It can cause death. But that's not the most important thing about jaundice. That complication is totally preventable. That's what makes it more important. That's why we dedicate a month to it. Because it's something that can cause brain damage, can cause death. It's the most common presentation in neonates. And its complication is totally preventable. That's why we keep on making noise about it. It's common, it's dangerous, it's preventable. That's why we talk about it.
Are there types of neonatal jaundice? I'm asking this question because you made mention that 8 out of 10 babies who are born prematurely have a higher chance of having the condition of neonatal jaundice, and then 6 out of 10 babies who are born within normal times have the condition. So, are there any differences or kinds of neonatal jaundice?
Okay, so to answer your question, I'd have to go into what causes jaundice.
Okay.
In order to tell us how we can classify it. So in you and I, we have red blood cells that are usually broken down. They are broken down to form bilirubin and some other products that we wouldn't talk about. The bilirubin, it's usually carried to the liver and it's excreted through the stool. Simple terms.
Okay.
So when our liver, so the liver processes the bilirubin for excretion, and it's the bilirubin that causes the jaundice. So high bilirubin level will give you jaundice. I hope you understand that.
Yes.
And the liver processes the bilirubin for it to be excreted out of the body. So if there's a problem with the liver, the bilirubin will build up. I hope you are following.
Yeah.
So in neonates, that's children or babies, their conversion ability or the activity of their liver enzymes are not as mature as adults. So they can't convert the bilirubin to an excretable form. That's one cause. That's the first cause.
Okay.
So because babies or neonates are inherently unable to convert the bilirubin to an easily excretable form, it easily builds up. So that's what causes neonatal jaundice.
Okay.
Then we can classify that as physiological because there's essentially nothing wrong with the baby. It's just because the system is now developing. So we call that
system at the moment.
So the baby is fine.
Okay.
So we call that physiological jaundice. But then when there are other causes, let's say blood group incompatibility, the mother is rhesus negative, the child is positive, more or less the antibodies are fighting each other, causing the red blood cells to break down faster than they are supposed to. So already the baby can't excrete. Now you are adding more. So we call that pathological jaundice.
Okay.
I hope you get that too.
Yes. So let me try and see if I can simplify what you said. So with the first type, which is the physiological, it is as no fault of the child.
Exactly.
At the moment, their system cannot make good use of the bilirubin
to excrete it out.
Exactly. And then with the pathological, it's as a result of a fault, maybe from the child or from
blood group incompatibilities, other enzyme deficiencies.
Yes.
And the reason why the classification is purely academic, when you come to clinical setting, we really don't say this is physiological jaundice, this is pathological jaundice. We just say neonatal jaundice.
Okay.
It's because the treatment is essentially the same, and we usually can't. It's usually prudent to treat them, to give them the same level of attention, because regardless of whether it's a physiological process or a pathological process, if the bilirubin is high, it can poison the brain and kill the child or cause brain damage. So this classification of physiological, pathological is purely academic. It's for exams. But when you're in the clinical practice, you'd actually, if your baby has jaundice, you actually try to find out whether there's a blood group incompatibility, there's an enzyme deficiency or whatnot. But essentially, you manage a child whether it's physiological or pathological. So the classification is there, but it's just for exams and purely academic. Clinically, we treat them the same, and we manage them as aggressive as whether it's physiological or pathological.
Earlier, you mentioned that neonatal jaundice happens within the first 1 month of the child. At what point after childbirth do you diagnose it, and what are the indications you look out for in a child to be able to detect that this particular child may be suffering from neonatal jaundice?
Okay, so from birth to 1 month,
okay, you
can diagnose it within any window. At birth, once the child is delivered, whether via an operation or not, you examine the child, you realize that there's yellowing discoloration of the eyes or the skin, you have your neonatal jaundice. You do some labs to confirm it. the child might be fine at birth, the child will be discharged, will go home and come back. You go home, the mother would realize that the eyes or the skin is yellow, come back, you diagnose jaundice. So it doesn't really matter whether it's day 1, day 0, day 30, up to day 30, it's still neonatal jaundice.
Great. Let's look at the causes. Now you've explained by means of the types what causes it, but do we have other risk factors that can result in neonatal jaundice?
Okay. The first one, like I explained, is the physiological in quotes, when the baby is not able to break down the bilirubin like the baby is supposed to. Then we have another common cause is blood group incompatibilities.
Okay.
So, not to go too much into immunology, we all have blood groups. I don't know if you know your blood group, but I'm B positive.
Okay.
So we have the ABO blood groups and we have the resource blood groups. Usually, the resource groups, so mothers who are negative, if a mother is negative and the father is positive, and the child that's in the mother's womb is positive, sometimes some of the blood can cross, mother and fetal blood can cross.
Oh, okay, so if we say blood group compatibility, incompatibility, it is just the mother and then the child, not say mother and father.
Just the mother and child. Just the mother and child. Okay. So the mother's blood group and the baby's blood group. The resource factor. If the mother is negative, the baby is positive, there's a high risk of having neonatal jaundice.
Okay.
If the mother's blood group is O positive and the baby has any other blood group, there's an increased risk, albeit lower risk than resource incompatibility.
Okay.
That's a cause of jaundice. Then we have some enzymes, an enzyme called glucose-6-phosphate dehydrogenase. It's an enzyme that usually breaks down oxidant species. So oxidant species are let's say metabolic products that can affect red blood cells, can affect any cell in the body. So they break down the red blood cells, like I said, to produce the bilirubin. So if you have this enzyme deficiency, this enzyme is supposed to mop up the reactive oxygen species. If that enzyme is deficient, then the ROS, the reactive oxygen species, tend to break down red blood cells faster than they are supposed to, tend to increase the levels of bilirubin and cause jaundice.
Okay.
Then there are other rare causes, like some inborn errors of metabolism.